Why do some people always say, I should do it, yet never change, while others act immediately even when things aren't perfect? This is not just a question of willpower. It is about the specific structure an individual has for converting thought into motion. If we do not understand this structure, we spend our lives accumulating plans and information, but repeating a life without execution. People often believe that success requires more information and preparation. In reality, action comes first, and then thoughts follow. The commonality of those who act is not special courage, but a structure that forces them to move right now. This makes all the difference. Modern society is filled with elements that hinder execution, making people hesitate and overthink every possible choice. We see that as options increase, humans tend to delay decisions and postpone action. This is the paradox of choice in our era. Social media and information overload push us to find a better way, but simultaneously block us from actually starting the work. This reinforces the excuse of, after I'm a bit more prepared. This wait becomes a cycle of never starting at all. The reason many fail to start is not a lack of ability, but the wait for perfect conditions. This waiting becomes a permanent state. Because we fear failure, we repeat simulations only in our minds. As a result, no real experience is ever actually gained. Behavioral science shows that humans avoid action as uncertainty grows. This avoidance creates the greatest long-term loss. The problem of our time is not a lack of opportunity, but a structure where people stop themselves from moving forward. Unless we change this structure, we will continue to circle the same spot for the rest of our lives. We must break the cycle. The core insight is clear. For those who act, behavior comes before thought. This principle changes their results entirely. They do not start after preparation is finished. They complete their preparation while starting, refining their direction as they go. Their commonality can be summarized in 3 ways. First, they do not wait for perfection. They move with what they have. Second is the habit of executing small actions immediately. They break down giant goals into manageable, instant tasks. Third is the mindset of evaluating oneself based on repetition rather than just the final result. They value the process of trying. In this structure, action is not a burden, but a natural flow. This is why we must shift our thinking toward execution. Conversely, most people try to start after sufficient preparation, but that preparation never ends, and action is delayed. The difference is not in ability, but in the speed of the start. This speed determines the ultimate direction of your life. Consider the case of a young man who wanted to start a business for years but never began because he felt unprepared. He sought more information and tried to build a perfect plan, but only found more anxiety and burden as time passed. One day, he changed his approach entirely. He decided, even if it's not perfect, I will start right now with what I have. He began executing small ideas. Though there were many trials and errors at first, he found the right direction through experience. A few months later, he reached the stage of generating actual profit. This change began with a single action, not more study. This shows that the moment we start acting, everything begins to change. Action is the catalyst for all future success. The message is simple but powerful. Those who act are not special. They are simply the people who start right now. We must stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start with the smallest possible action that you can take at this very second. Create a structure that reduces thinking and increases action. Results only appear when this behavior becomes a repetition. What matters is not fast success, but never stopping. This persistence is what creates the ultimate gap between individuals. Life is determined not by what you planned, but by what you executed. Your actions are what construct your future. From this video, you will gain 3 specific changes. First, you will break free from perfectionism and build a habit of instant action. This makes starting much easier. You no longer carry the heavy burden of having to be perfect from the very first step. Second, you will shift from result-oriented thinking to repetition-oriented thinking. Your ability to persist will be strengthened. Finally, you will build a structure where confidence and experience grow together through small executions. This is life-changing. The world rewards those who act, not those who only think. Because many have ideas but few execute, action itself is your edge. So, instead of asking, when should I start? Ask, what can I do right now? You will already be ahead of most people. To be honest, we have already thought enough. It is now time to use our bodies. Thought uses the head, but life changes with the feet. Explore this journey deeper with Dr. James Coe's Humanities. Subscribe and like to nourish your soul for a long time. I wish you only the best in all your endeavors. Thank you for joining me on this path of intellectual growth. You can reach out to the author, Jungmoon Ko, also known as James Ko, at k903911198@gmail.com for more insights. Join the community using hashtags like execution, self-development, motivation, habit power, growth, and success strategy. Search for terms like how to increase execution, ways to act, and fixing procrastination to find more resources. Now, let us delve into the specific psychological barriers that prevent us from taking that crucial first step. We often build high walls of what ifs and not yet. These mental structures are designed to protect us, but they end up trapping us. Staying in the planning phase feels safe. It is an illusion of progress without the risk of real-world friction. But friction is where growth happens. Like a stone being polished by a river, we are refined by the reality of action. To overcome hesitation, we must recognize that the fear of starting is usually greater than the actual difficulty of the task. A simple shift in focus, counting down from 5 and moving, can break the paralysis of overthinking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The power of now is not just a cliche. It is a biological necessity for those who wish to achieve significant change. When you act, you shift your identity from a planner to a doer. This internal shift is the most permanent form of change. Your action creates a ripple effect. It changes not just your life, but the environment and the people who observe you. From an academic perspective, execution is the ultimate form of empirical research. You learn truths that theory cannot teach. In the laboratory of life, every error is a data point. Those who act collect more data than those who only hypothesize. The speed of your learning is directly proportional to the frequency of your actions. The more you do, the faster you grow. Effort without direction is exhausting, but direction is only found through the initial effort of moving forward. Your vision clarifies as you move. Do not wait for a clear view to start walking. Walk until the view becomes clear. Courage is a habit, not a trait. You build it like a muscle, one small, brave action at a time until it becomes your nature. There is a gap between who you are and who you want to be. Action is the only bridge that can cross that distance. You build this bridge one stone at a time. Each action is a stone. Eventually, the bridge is strong enough to carry your dreams. The final stretch is always the hardest, but it is also where the most profound transformations occur. Keep moving. In my years of research, I have seen that the most successful individuals are those who have mastered the art of the start. Mastering the start means becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. It means embracing the messy middle of learning. Do not fear the mess. The mess is proof that you are working, that you are in the arena, and that you are truly alive. So, I ask you once more, what is the smallest thing you can do today? Do it now. Do not wait for tomorrow. Your small action today will create ripples that will reach your future self. Make sure they are ripples of progress. When you look back on your life, you will not remember the plans you made. You will remember the things you actually did. Thank you for your time and your attention. May your life be filled with meaningful action and deep fulfillment. Goodbye. This video was presented by Dr. James Ko. For more, contact k903911198@gmail.com. Success strategy and growth. Search for terms like psychology of taking action and how to stop overthinking to find more resources from Dr. James Ko. Search terms include fixing procrastination and building a bias for action. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, the peak is reached one step at a time. Take your first step today. Thank you for watching. Thank you once again. We look forward to seeing your progress. Success is within your reach. Just act. Thank you.